We just in a really silly, goofy movie. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's Maya.
It's Mia.
Today we're gonna be ruffling some feathers.
We don't need no disclaimer, okay? This video was inspired by Destin Troyce. You saw the title, you know what you're in for. We're about to share some opinions that you might not agree with.
And if you don't like it, click off.
Or we can just agree to disagree. Or you can just start a little chat, not an argument, a chat.
Yeah, in the comments. So to start off this video, you guys did leave us some of your unpopular opinions. I don't think everybody got the point that it's like that you wouldn't say out loud.
Because she did it on her Instagram, and already, guys, thumbs up the video, okay?
Somebody said Chick-fil-A is overrated. I disagree.
Me too.
I feel like it's the best fast food restaurant that there is. I don't feel like any fast food restaurant besides Popeyes tastes better than Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is top tier.
Somebody said wings are overrated. I don't know what's wrong with you. I love wings.
Our friends say we don't know how to eat wings.
Yeah, Danielle, if you're watching this, I know she'd be looking at me and like, you wasting your money.
He eats the rest of my wings for me.
Right. Somebody said Gatorade tastes better right after you brush your teeth.
Jail.
That's like the only three that were like not super controversial or something that you wouldn't mind saying out loud. The first one that's a true, like what you wouldn't say out loud, she said sex is hyped up.
Very vague.
I think it's all in the person that you're with.
I feel like it's different if you really care.
And I feel like if you look at it as an experience that could like make you guys closer and grow in XYZ, then I feel like it wouldn't be hyped up.
But then also it can be kind of hard if you're in a friend group that everybody
is hyping it up and you finally lose your virginity and
you're like, I don't see what everybody was like. It's not that big of a deal. Like I can get that still.
Yeah, that one's kind of hard. COVID is the government's way to do what Thanos did in Avengers. I've never watched Avengers. I've really never watched any of the Marvel, DC
Thanos
movies. No. Let me Google it real quick.
That's funny. He's like the villain of all villains.
Definitely agree.
Is this video gonna not be eligible for monetization if I talk about the new world order? The new world order. Yeah. I literally have always thought there was like a list, and then when I found out about the new world order, I'm like
you gotta
come on.
If you guys ever noticed, they've always had a major epidemic breakout at the beginning of every new presidential election. And this is also having to do with other means of control, government, and political power.
So Kavanos, very possible and very true. I don't mean to laugh.
It's like the irony. And this one said, I'm fucking scared of the I don't know what and what not to believe. You shouldn't relay all your information on the news alone.
And just solely on pop-ups you see on social media.
Yeah. Do your own research, like legitimate articles. The news
legitimate videos by people that
you know and trust to share the information. Yeah. But I completely agree with you. You're scared to get because it's a free country.
We're talking from America's standpoint.
Yeah. If I don't want to get no one should be forcing me. Other countries may not have access to the and others may think that that's a privilege that I can sit here and deny them. While other people don't have access to it, but that's the beauty of living in a free country.
The fact that we have that choice.
Yeah, land of the free, home of the brave.
Going off of Maya's, the push for the is very sketchy to me.
Yeah.
And that, if anything, pushes me away from getting the. Why is there like, if you get the you can be entered into a raffle.
Why are we bribing people to? It would speak for itself. And I do agree it is very sketchy because there's not enough evidence to know that what this does in the long-term effects. Will women have fertility problems? Will people have issues with their health? Anything. What is going to happen down the line? We have no idea.
Granted, we're also talking about it from a standpoint, we have never had the flu shot.
Yeah.
For whoever was trying to come and say, but you didn't question the flu shot. Like, I never got no flu shot.
Yeah,
okay?
never got the flu shot, never got the flu.
And like the flu shot's probably been around for, I will put it here. So you have research from that.
Right, and more people have died of the flu than people have died of COVID. And
yeah,
the thing that
more children have died
of the flu for sure. And the thing that people don't realize is that you cannot eradicate flus because flus can be transferred to animals. That's why I get so frustrated when I see people mentioning things about smallpox and polio. That cannot be transferred to animals. Therefore, you can enough human beings that is not an issue. We can't go every dog, every chicken. I mean, the shortest created was I think 6 or 7 years, and this is 8 months.
There's just a lot of sketchy things surrounding it. I always think of this, there might be nothing wrong with the in the long term, nothing, you know, physical, medical might happen to anyone who's ever gotten the but still, okay, hear me out. This is letting the higher ups or who's ever in charge, the New Deal order writers, know this is how many people we can convince to do something just by fear tactic.
Fear mongering. We never had COVID, and it just doesn't make sense that after you get the you still have to wear your mask.
That's
you
the
still
thing.
might give it to somebody else.
If I don't have a mask on and stuff, I won't be served at stores. But like, if I do have the And if I do have a mask, I could still get the virus. I could still spread the virus.
Yeah.
So like, it's just not making sense.
Now, we're not denying that people have died from this, but if you do your research, these numbers seem a little sketch.
This is something that the world has seen before. What is up with the fact that COVID is pushed so heavily, like it's so much worse than any virus we've ever seen? And what is up with the being so pushed? I feel like the Ebola was just like, get Ebola.
And that had a 9-to-1 death ratio. This is my unpopular opinion. I do think that the numbers have been pushed out of proportion, and I think that a lot of news media outlets are lying, because I went to an emergency room after watching our mayor talk about how dire and deadly everything was, and there were 6 people in there. No one was in there for COVID, and they had 3 nurses and 3 security guards behind the counter. I pretended like I was getting some research for a school project, and no one could answer any of the simplest questions that I had. One of the nurses, in fact, told me she doesn't see COVID patients because she works the night shift. So I guess COVID patients don't exist at night. Also, the nurses were constantly looking at the security guards for help. Like, they said, it's all on our website. That's what they ended up telling me after they couldn't answer any of my questions. I said, what is your website? They proceeded to say, Ochsner.org.
Like, come on, people.
If I would have walked in there and said, I want the, they would have hooked me up quick. But no one knows any information. It's sketch.
Even if you're like set on something, start opening your mind a little bit and say, you know what, I'm set on this. I even got the already, but let me look into something.
And when we say research, not memes on Instagram, Facebook, into legitimate research. We kind of like went into a whole like rant.
Whether you're or not, whether you wear a mask or not, you can still pass or carry. I know one might have a higher percentage than the other. Regardless, me not getting has nothing to do with anybody else. People can say, think about other people. I'm thinking about me first. My freedom comes first.
What I want to do with my body is my personal choice, not anybody else's business. And that goes down into the next thing. Masks do not work. If I cut this and put it over my face, that will qualify as a mask. Like Troyce said in his videos, masks got us. It's a joke. I watched a video and it showed that you have to be standing at least 9 feet from somebody with both of you wearing a mask for a sneeze or a cough to barely touch that other person. I mean, this is airborne. If somebody passes gas, you're fully clothed in public, but you're gonna be like, ooh, damn, somebody about to air this bitch out.
Literally.
So it reaches. First of all, let's talk about how lately, as long as you have on a mask, the 6-foot thing doesn't exist.
Yeah, like what happened to
social distancing?
Social distance.
Unless it's a N95, is it an N99? And you can't even wear those all day long. So that's our rant that we've been on for 20 minutes.
I mean, obviously y'all knew we were about to have a cool
we gotta mention Corona.
So let's get into a little bit lighter, I guess. Flat out like this. The 9-to-5 list life is where it's at, okay? Making your own hours, making your own rates. Once you have a taste of how it feels not to have a conventional job, it's like, I don't want it anymore. I don't want it back. I quit my job. I worked at a preschool. It's what I know best, but I was just over it. I love the kids, but it's just like working for somebody else, the long hours every day,
the very little pay and no benefits didn't help for you.
Yeah, nah.
Time freedom is top tier.
Like, it's a Tuesday afternoon. I even have to check 3:44 and I'm sitting here with her
filming videos.
I can go to the gym every morning if I want to. Feels good.
And now you're making more money than what you were making before. And in 2021, there's so many different avenues to make money. Piggybacking off that, being a business person is not for everyone. Being an entrepreneur is not for everyone. I watched a video where this guy was doing a podcast with Grant Cardone, and he asked Grant Cardone, well, what do we tell the woman who's a nurse and all she wants is the white picket fence, the dog, the 2 kids, the husband? And Grant Cardone's like, she has to change her goals. But realistically, not everyone is business savvy. There needs to be bosses and there needs to be employees. Everybody can't be a boss. I feel like there's this push that everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. Everybody needs to tap in.
Not everybody's interested in that. Some people dream of being a nurse and helping others. They don't want to own a hospital. They just want to be a nurse there. They love that connection with their patient. They love what they're doing, and that's okay.
The reason that I'm putting this in unpopular opinions that I wouldn't say out loud is because I know men feel differently about this as well. We as a society need to take victims who are men more seriously. The same way women can be drunk and taken advantage of, men can be drunk and taken advantage of too. Whether they're drugged, whether they just didn't want it. Why can women say, I didn't want it and he pursued me? And why are men shamed for saying, I didn't want it and she continued to pursue me even after I told her no?
Yeah, there is a double standard.
And I don't think it's cool that if a man feels that he's been by a woman, he can't come out and tell his friends because they'll be like, oh bro, you better hope your wife don't find out, man.
Your girlfriend.
Yeah, and I know that even men will disagree with this. The same way we take children and women seriously, and yeah, we see men as like strong. A victim is a victim. I know the percentages are very low, and it's probably because there's low reporting. Because society tells you, dude, shut up. No, that's not okay. Still keeping it up with like anatomy a little bit. I think that you should teach your children proper terminology and vocabulary for anatomy. To say my cookie, my punana, my this, my cherry, my pocketbook. Unfortunately, a child may be touched, inappropriate, whatever. And if they don't know these proper words, they are not gonna come out and just tell an adult, yes, this is what happened. This person touched this area. This person made me feel uncomfortable because they asked me about this part of my body. We shouldn't, no, that's not a nice word. It's what it is.
Teaching children like, no, that's not, don't, that's gonna make them feel like there's a part of them that they should be ashamed of.
Yeah, and there's something wrong with saying those words out loud, which means that if something does happen, they'll feel like, okay, I shouldn't say those words out loud to anybody.
Nobody's saying your little children should be around here saying big.
Right. When I say proper anatomy, I don't mean like
the scientific.
Because if a child run up and be like, he touched my ding-a-ling, people are more likely to laugh.
Some of y'all were born lipless for a reason, okay? The lip life is not for everybody. And the lip injection life is not for like 99% of y'all. Lip injections do not look natural. I look at a face and I see Simpsons, Muppets, and I can tell. But maybe it's just me. I can count on my hand how many people I've seen with natural looking lip injections. Almost like a caricature. But if you don't like your lips and you've always wanted bigger lips, do you. But just know it's very noticeable. And if that doesn't matter to you, you don't care, you've always wanted big lips, girl, do your thing, more power to you. But just to let you know, I see you and I just see lips.
Everything cannot be a beauty standard. Everyone cannot be a beauty standard. Some people are average. Some people are ugly. Some people are unhealthy. We need to stop trying to promote and push this idea that there's beauty everywhere. No, there's not. I wish this society just stop being so soft and like, you're beautiful. We don't have to keep lying to ourselves to make everybody else feel comfortable. The skin that you are in is unhealthy. The skin that you are in is not the norm. Okay. That doesn't mean that you can't say to yourself, I'm beautiful, but society, it feels like sympathy. Let's tell her that she's beautiful because the whole world's gonna tell her that she's ugly. That's the world for you.
We need to start giving a little bit more truth.
Over-representation is not necessary. When it comes to TV shows, toys, and Barbie dolls, we don't have to represent something in every single form. I swear if my child is in a wheelchair and somebody gifts my daughter a Barbie in a wheelchair, I'm fighting you. Like, that's letting her know you're not normal, so I brought you this Barbie doll that's not normal, just like you. Like, society already has given her that understanding that she's different.
And that's okay to be different. But also okay not to have
this standard of like, we have to create Barbies for the girls that are in wheelchairs, because what dolls are they gonna play with? They're gonna think that everybody should be able to walk. Everybody should be able to walk. So Barbie's gonna be able to walk and she's gonna play with the Barbie doll who can walk. I don't know, I'm just so tired of seeing very unhealthy body types in fashion. Like, ooh, this is definitely something I wouldn't say out loud, but I'm saying it. Yes, promote those celebrities when they start losing weight, because realistically, that is not good for your heart and health. There's no reason you should be 28 and 450 pounds.
Like, as much as it is a thing to like love yourself no matter what you look like, but at the same time, let's still clap for people who are on unhealthy sizes when they start losing weight, going to the gym. Some people are mad about that, but that girl knows I do love myself, and because I love myself, I'm gonna get in the gym, live longer, get healthy.
If we continue to promote these unhealthy body standards, a young girl who's gaining extreme amounts of weight is gonna be like, it's okay that I'm like this. It's okay that I might not make it past 30.
I can still be a model on Doll Scale.
I don't have to change anything about my health, because there's a business owner somewhere that's willing to make a size 50 that I can fit into,
and willing to make bucks off of the way that I look, saying that I promote
inclusivity. No, they want money. They don't care about your health. They don't care about you.
They want to be looked at as, we're inclusive, so shop with us.
Weddings, and I'm not saying marriage, the ceremony is a waste of money. You're paying thousands for a giant party where nobody coming to see you, Otis. Basically, it's about the wives. The wedding ceremony itself only lasts maybe an hour. You're really paying for a big party for everybody else to come through and see you in your wedding dress. And see that, yes, you and your husband love each other because y'all held this $60,000 extravaganza. I don't think we should be shaming people who just want to go to the courthouse.
Let's be honest, all you're doing at your wedding is going to be taking pictures anyway.
And somebody might be saying, you don't have to spend $30,000 on a wedding. Bitch, if I have $10,000, I'm going to Peru. I'm going to Rome. I'm going somewhere. I'm not having a one-night party. You can give me a wedding ring, you know, that lasts. Yeah, the honeymoon, like, exactly. I got 30K to drop on a wedding. I guarantee you, I'm not dropping it on no wedding.
Okay, I'm getting a new course. Oh my down
payment. Going somewhere. Whether you have the money or not, it's a waste.
Dark humor is dark humor for a reason. We grew up in a society of Family Guy and Simpsons and South Park, all full of dark humor. The iconics like the Bernie Macs and the Cat Williams. Is that so wrong that I find that still funny? The humor that you might be like, race, sex jokes. It's a joke. Even today in the sensitive world we live in, everybody gets so offended by everything. You can't even make fun of yourself. Yeah. I feel like the hardest job right now would be to be a comedian. To that and a damn cop. Not to step on toes. Okay. That's a conversation for another day. Constantly worried about not offending people, not getting canceled. I should feel free to laugh at dark humor. We shouldn't be censoring what I find funny. I find it fucking funny. If you don't find it funny, don't laugh. Duh. I'm gonna go to Bernie Mac's videos on YouTube. Hilarious. He said a lot of things that offend a lot of people today, but the shit was funny, so that's why they're iconic today. This is very different, but I do not believe men can be bisexual. That is my opinion. You date a man who dates a man, that's on you. I think you're straight or you're gay. Whether you give, receive, doing the bending, you are. I'm not dating no nigga who dating a nigga. I'm old school. I like my men to like women. Only women. I wish I would receive a phone call like coming to you as a woman, but it's a man, about your man. I think men say that they're bisexual because they're still try to convince themselves that they're not actually gay. I love Shein. We love Shein. These earrings right here that has the screen painting on it from Edward Munch. Shein. $3. This top. Etsy, this would have been like $50. Yeah. Right. Everybody can say what they want about Shein and fast fashion and underpaid workers, overworked workers, sweatshops. They're cheap. They have good quality stuff. People might say thrifting. Let's be honest. They're oversaturated. The prices have gone up. If I'm looking for 90s attire, I don't need to buy a shirt and jeans for $100 at what's supposed to be a vintage thrift store. But that's because thrifting has become so huge. So you know how you solve that? 90s baggy jeans. $7 on Shein. Fast fashion is negatively affecting the planet, not gonna lie, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I like it. Consuming meat is negatively affecting the planet, and I like that a lot. Driving a car, like not voting for Biden. This is a hard one that I still stand by, regardless of getting money stolen from me at a restaurant by a waitress. And regardless of us having friends in the tipping industry. And regardless of us always making an effort to tip heavy. Whenever we're out with other people, I feel like other people always be like, what you doing? Okay, if y'all want to tip that much. Anything over the bill is the tip. That's what a tip is. The waitress may feel offended, but it's like, stop blaming people for tipping when it's really the businesses that don't pay wages. Why is it 2021 and we're still paying people $2.30 an hour? If anything, you should be tipping the cook in the kitchen. There's so many times I want to go to a restaurant and say, can I tip the cook? Because all the waitress did was bring me the food. Right, she didn't cook it. She didn't slave over the stove and sweat and everything. I mean, for half the damn time she forgot I was even there. She keep asking me how the meal is. All I got is toast. Yeah, literally. How are you guys doing? Like, this sweet tea ain't sweet. Drink? But yeah, anything over the bill is a tip. People that we are with who don't tip that heavy, I do not tell them anything about it. That's their prerogative. Just like they'll say, ooh, I don't know what you're doing. But they're not gonna tell us, don't tip them that much. There's so many people on TikTok ungrateful. Like I'll watch Day in the Life where girls work at Applebee's or Hooters or whatever the hell. They'll be like, this person only left me $7 in. It could have literally They could have left you nothing because they went there to eat. They didn't go there to tip you. To pay you. Smoothie King, stop asking me if I'm gonna leave a tip. Just pay your workers more. Why in other countries do people find it offensive when you tip them? Because they're like, hey, I make enough money. So the big corporations should just pay people regular money. But like we said, I'm always gonna tip heavily. Because I just think of it as a standpoint, like if I were a if I worked for tips, I would want to get tipped. Right. If they were there to tip you, they would just walk in and hand you money and walk out. Skinny shaming is very real. Okay. I am so sick and tired of people thinking, well, it's different for you because like at least being skinny has always been, no. It doesn't have to be extreme. You should eat a burger just to tell somebody, oh my God, you're so skinny. Your legs are so small. That's annoying. That's not a compliment. Stop asking small girls why we're in the gym. I was at the gym and this girl was like, what are you doing here? She might have thought that was like, girl, I'm complimenting you. And someone's like, what, I can't be here? Right. You don't know what goals I'm working towards. And when I first started working out at the gym, so many of the ladies would be like, what do you want to be, like a fitness model? I'm like, no. People just can't believe that small people want to be healthy too. Nobody's just in the gym just to lose weight. And that idea needs to just go away. People go to the gym to be confident, to be healthy, because they like working out.
Right.
Even if it looks like I got abs because I'm small, let me do my Russian twist. Leave me alone, okay? I don't want to be a bodybuilder.
We were told in the gym by this one lady, she was like, it's crazy. Everybody used to want to look like y'all. Now everybody want to look like me. And I'm like,
literally, we didn't even say anything. Like, she's just talking.
we're minding our own business. I'm thinking to myself,
Who the fuck wants to look like you?
no one can get that body in a gym. If you feel like, I want to tell that skinny girl, you are so skinny. She knows.
Why?
She has to get dressed. She looks at her body in the mirror.
She buys clothes for herself. Congratulations, you have eyes. So what? Bitch, you're big.
Exactly. And if I say that, I'm offending you. I thought we were just stating facts.
You're observing, I'm observing. We both at the motherfucking zoo.
Yeah. Not the damn zoo.
Yeah, they cute. You cute. Oh my god, you're so cute. You're so precious. Like, bitch, I'm not a puppy.
I've actually been told by somebody that I look like a child.
What are you gaining from that?
Yeah, you would have never told a big person, wow, you look like a linebacker. Like, you wouldn't. Unpopular opinion. Your fiance going to the strip club for a bachelor party is not cheating, or a bachelorette party is not cheating. That's the stripper's job. They want your money. They want your fiance's money. They don't want your fiance. You're still going to be getting married to that guy or that girl.
Let's be honest. The strip club is like advertisement for like bachelor parties. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying that all of them aren't. People have this misconception that it's like, oh, a strip club is a brothel. Strip clubs literally are like, hey, bachelors, come see 4 nude women. Yeah.
Like your last hoorah before you get tied down.
Yeah, it's like,
wife.
you would rather them see naked women that are getting paid to do that. I guarantee you that entertainer, man, woman, does not want your
And she's
fiance.
not gonna remember how he looked tomorrow,
Yeah.
probably. We are just hitting some today. I feel like I'm feeling weird because like we're just hitting some.
Comment the broom emoji if you're still here so we can sweep up all the people that we've offended, hurt feelings.
I don't see anything wrong with wanting to have things gender specific. Everything does not need to be gender neutral. When it comes to toys, when it comes to clothes, this is not a baby shower, okay?
Yeah.
Once you realize the gender, it's okay to have gender specific stuff. And just the reality of things, STEM industries are male dominated. If there's a picture in a children's book of a fireman, it's not a fireman, because most people who are firefighters are men. People shouldn't be offended at the fact that where's the firewoman? Like, it's just statistic. It's just facts. People, get over it. Yes, representation is important. Seeing a female astronaut, seeing a female pilot. It's okay to have a toy advertised more towards boys. Like, hey boys, get down and dirty.
Because that's how you want to raise your kid.
You're not saying where's the dirt bike commercial for the girls, because let's be honest, your daughter's not into dirt bikes like your son's into dirt bikes. Most of them aren't.
We need to stop trying to force people to have gender neutral things because it hurts our feelings. If my son asks me, Mom, I really like that unicorn, I'll be like, I'm gonna go see if there's got cool horses. If I ever have kids, when they get to the age that they want to buy clothes that's of the opposite gender, if they're old enough to really understand, old enough to understand, do what you want. But besides that, like, I'm gonna be buying my children gender specific things. I mean, of course, some things gender neutral, but you shouldn't get offended that if I'm having a girl. Even the bathrooms, like the bathrooms can say gender specific. If y'all want a gender neutral bathroom, that's the family bathroom. That's what the handicap bathroom is for. Just like for the Olympics, they have Olympics strictly made for people that can't do everything that regular Olympians do. So just like they have the Special Olympics, they can have a Trans Olympics. Yeah. Capiche? Bada bing, bada boom. Everything in nature shows us there's a feminine energy and a masculine energy. So why are we trying to morph humans into, let's just be one? Biology tells us that it is specific. We're not going to say, I want the lion woman to have hair because I think lion women should have hair. Well, guess what? That's not reality. And all these people getting offended by gender reveals, it's like, get a grip. We are in our last stage. Yeah. If somebody wants to say pink is for girls, blue is for boys, so if you don't agree with that, you don't have to say it. Troyce mentioned this one in his video, and I just want to reinstate this. I'm not oppressed. I'm so sick and tired of certain types of people trying to convince me and tell me that I'm oppressed and they have more privilege than I do. Bitch, shut up. You know how stupid you sound? I'm not saying that people aren't oppressed, but there are different races that are more oppressed. I grew up very privileged. And just because of my race, that does not make me oppressed. At all. And anybody who believes that is my race makes me oppressed. Like, get your mind out of the box. I'm not oppressed. I was born in a free country. And for that reason, I will always celebrate the 4th of July. I'm an American citizen. I'm a patriot. I represent my country. I'm proud of my country. I'm always going to be happy to be an American. I could have been born anywhere else. But for some reason, God decided to place me here in this free country. In this time period. Yes. We can have the freedom to do. Our ancestors fought
bled, died for.
Yeah.
They did all that so that we can celebrate holidays like the 4th with other Americans, that we can be recognized as Americans, not so we can have segregated holidays.
We can always recognize holidays based on Black freedom, Hispanic freedom, Asian freedom,
but let's not just use those holidays that you should only celebrate as this is your heritage.
Based on your race. Creating 2 separate holidays or 4 separate holidays based on race is the definition of
segregation.
It's like giving Jim Crow.
Are we moving backwards or forward?
Talk to a grandparent of yours who has celebrated the 4th and who has actually had to live through Jim Crow, or a great grandparent, or civil rights movement. Have you ever asked your grandma, why did you celebrate the 4th, Grandma? Black people weren't free in 1776. You know why, baby? Because it's not 1776. And my ancestors, their tears and their prayers and their sacrifices that they made, they wanted to be recognized as humans and as equal.
Not separate, but equal.
I am very proud to be an American.
Because at least I know I'm free.
So that we could go to college. So that we could have our own place. So that we could have the freedom to choose whatever job we want to do. So that we can enter any establishment that we want to. So that we can date anyone based on race that we want to.
So that our grandparents could set up generational wealth for us. That's what they fought for.
They didn't fight to be separate. And somebody said, oh, how do you know what they fought for? Because was your grandma celebrating the 4th all this time? Then what the hell are you doing?
The idea that guys should never hit girls is not always true. Listen to my words. And I'm not condoning that, because nobody should put their hands on anybody. The other day we were outside, we're filming a video, we see these 2 little kids playing. The girl hit the little boy and then the little boy hit her back, but we overhear the older lady telling him, I don't care if she hits you, you don't put your hands on a girl, that's your cousin, da da da. You never hit a girl. Boys never hit girls. She was screaming at him. Why not correct the girl for hitting him? She never once told her, but don't put your hands on him. That's why he hit you, because you should have never hit him in the first place. So that's just telling her you can hit him, you can kick him, you can whatever, and he can't do a thing. Let me tell y'all this. If I have a kid and I get a call that a girl at school kicked my son, if he kicks the girl back, best believe it's because I told him kick her tail back. Yeah. Kick her back. Yeah, you don't let anybody push you over. And like we said, we're not condoning violence or anything. But don't be surprised if you as a woman hits a guy and he hits you back. Who are you just to think that, oh, I'm a woman, you're not supposed to be him? Don't put your hands on him. Now, if he puts his hands on you out of nowhere, that's a whole different situation. Right. And if you give him a little push and then he decides to knock your teeth out or something, then that's different. But if you real swing at him and he swing back at you, at that point he's protecting himself. It's something that people grow up with from very young, boys being told no matter what not to hit girls. Why? Girls hit. Let's be honest, girls can be just as tough. Yeah. Some girls are tougher than boys. Yeah, that's it for our very unpopular opinion. Of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe down below, turn on your notifications, and join the family. Be sure to leave us an unpopular opinion down below, like one that you wouldn't say out loud. It's a lot when you talk about topics like this, because I feel like it takes a lot out of you. So if you're a part of the non-offended generation, we would love to have you join this family. And if you gave this video a thumbs up and you enjoyed hearing different opinions, different points of views, we are so thankful for you guys. Even if you don't agree with us, you should be liking the video strictly based on this is unpopular. Let me like this. I love when I hear people do an unpopular opinion video. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is something that is unpopular. It makes me like it even more. And then I'll go to the comments and say, hey, at such and such, such and such, I disagreed with you when, because blank. But great video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. Until next time. Bye guys. She be moving so quick. You never see her coming. She wants to see Wanda. She on me. You're a crazy bitch, but so I'm on top of it and I